Hey besties, happy new year. I'm so delighted to bring this upgraded video to you for your care and support worker interviews in 2025. If you've watched my previous videos, you know how we do it, but in case you are new here, hi. I'm going to be listing out 10 questions. I would, as usual, tell you the reason why you'll be asked that question in the interview, and I'll be giving you a sample answer. You can screenshot the sample answer, but I would advise you not to just memorize it and just go and say it verbatim in the interview. The purpose of this video is for you to have an idea of what you're supposed to say. So now for the first question is always tell me about yourself. Now that question is not for you to start rambling on about unnecessary things. Please do not waste your time with the interviewer's time by just talking what you're not supposed to say. That's the time when they're expecting you to sell your skills, your experiences, why you are a good fit for the job. That's not the point where you're supposed to repeat your whole CV because they already have your CV. However, hit on important bullet points that they highlighted in the job description that you've already read, so that when you're saying it, it will make sense. So this is my sample answer. I am your name, and I have a genuine passion for helping others, which has guided my career in caregiving. I have years or months of experience as a care or support worker, where I have supported clients in maintaining their independence and dignity. My role has involved tasks such as personal care, emotional support, and creating personalized care plans. I am known for being empathetic, patient, and reliable, qualities that I believe are essential for building strong relationships with clients. I'm particularly drawn to this role because of, you mentioned something specific about the organizational role, such as its commitment to person-centered care. Outside of work, I'm passionate about self-development and continuously improving my skills to provide the best care possible. Now, the second question is, why do you want to work as a care or support worker? Of course, depending on the particular job that you're applying into, they'll be asking you why. You also want to assess your understanding of the role that you are trying to apply into. So this is my sample answer. I've always been driven by a desire to make a positive impact on people's lives, and working as a care or support worker gives me the opportunity to do that. I find it deeply rewarding to help individuals maintain their dignity and independence, whether it's through assisting with daily tasks, providing emotional support, or simply being there to listen. I believe this role aligns with my core values of compassion, patience, and service to others. In addition, I'm inspired by the challenges and rewards of supporting clients with diverse needs, which allows me to continuously grow both personally and professionally. Now, the third question, what do you think makes a good care or support worker? When they ask you this question, it's very similar to the second question, but just like that, is to assess your understanding of the skills and qualities you need as a care or support worker. By the way, I'm using care or support worker because it just depends on the particular job role you're applying into. So this is going to be my sample answer. A good support worker must have empathy to truly understand and respond to a client's needs. Patience is equally important, as every client's pace and preferences differ. Strong communication skills are essential for building trust and ensuring the client feels heard and respected. Adaptability is another key quality because the needs of clients can change quickly and you need to adjust your approach accordingly. Lastly, a good support worker maintains professionalism by respecting boundaries and confidentiality while still creating a warm and caring environment for the client. Now, question 4. Can you describe a time where you had to work under pressure? Everyone knows that the healthcare industry is very fast-paced, and you want to understand your ability to manage time effectively and still maintain a very positive attitude. So this is going to be my sample answer. In my previous role, there was a day when 2 clients required immediate attention at the same time. One client needed help with personal care, while the other was experiencing emotional distress. I prioritized their needs by attending to the client requiring personal care first, ensuring their safety and comfort. I then focused on the other client, providing reassurance and engaging them in calming activities to help them feel at ease. Throughout the situation, I stayed calm, communicated with colleagues for additional support, and ensured both clients were cared for. This experience taught me the importance of prioritizing tasks, and staying composed under pressure. Now, question 5. How would you deal with a client who refuses care? The reason they're asking you this question is to know how you're going to deal with a resistant or a reluctant client. Will you force them to have the care? Do you care about their consent? How would you receive that? Would you take it personal? How would you behave? So let me show you my sample answer. When a client refuses care, I first try to understand the reasons behind their refusal. I would calmly ask open-ended questions to identify their concerns or fears. For example, if they are uncomfortable with a particular task, I might adjust my approach to make them feel more at ease. It is important to respect their autonomy while gently explaining the importance of care they need. For instance, if a client refuses medication, I would explain how it benefits their health and explore if there is a different way to administer it that they are comfortable with. If they continue to refuse, I will document the incident and notify my supervisor to ensure proper follow-up. So now, before we move on to number 6, if you like content like this, I have an ebook guide where I have over 50 questions and answers. And if you're in the healthcare industry, you are going to love it, because I'm not just addressing these questions and answers, I'm also teaching you how to prepare well for an interview so you will not be shaking and be all anxious and nervous. If this is something that interests you, check out the description box for all my services and a link to purchase the ebook. So question 6, how would you deal with an emergency such as a client falling? Now, the reason they ask you this question is because they know that not only is the healthcare industry quite fast-paced, but anything can happen. Like, emergencies are the order of the day. Things can happen, and how would you respond to it? Would you react or respond? Would you be calm and solve the issue, or would you just go on a tangent just because there is an emergency? So this would be my sample answer. In an emergency like a client falling, my first priority is their safety. I would stay calm and check if they are conscious and responsive. Without moving them, I'd assess for visible injuries and reassure them to keep them calm. If the client is seriously injured, I would immediately call for medical help and inform my supervisor. If the situation is less severe, I'd assist them in a safe manner, following proper lifting techniques, or wait for additional help if necessary. Afterward, I'll document the incident thoroughly and review any steps we could take to prevent similar situations in the future. Question 7, how do you handle a client's dignity and respect? Now, when they ask this question, they're trying to understand if you know what person-centered care is. If you understand the fact that you are supposed to care about the client's dignity, not the one that, for instance, they're trying to do personal care and you just open the windows, let everybody see your client's bum bum. Like, how would you handle that? And if the job you're applying into is a job in the NHS, this is even a good opportunity to show them that you understand the core values of the NHS in their website. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to be linking up a video on the values of the NHS in case you're looking into getting a job with the NHS. So let me show you my sample answer to this interview question. I ensure a client's dignity by actively involving them in decisions about their care. I always seek their input and respect their preferences, whether it's about how they like to be addressed or their daily routines. For example, when assisting with personal care, I make sure to explain what I'm doing at each step, ensuring they feel comfortable and in control. I also respect their privacy by maintaining confidentiality and only sharing information with authorized individuals. Ultimately, treating clients as individuals and listening to their needs is the foundation of preserving their dignity. Now, question 8. What would you do if you saw a colleague behaving unethically? Now, they're asking you this question to check if you understand safeguarding policies and reporting protocols. What are you going to do? Would you keep quiet? Would you report? What exactly would you do? So let me show you my sample answer. And of course, if you're enjoying this video up till now, please give it a like, as it boosts this video and also gives you the opportunity to see videos like this on your page. If I witness unethical behavior, my priority would be the safety and well-being of the client. Depending on the situation, I would address the issue directly with the colleague if it was safe and appropriate to do so. For instance, if I saw a minor mistake, I might point it out immediately. However, if it involved serious misconduct or harm to a client, I would document the incident and report it to my supervisor or manager as per the organization's safeguarding policies. I believe it's essential to act promptly and professionally to ensure the highest standards of care are maintained. Now, question 9. How do you handle challenging behaviors from a client? And this is to check your conflict resolution skills, your empathy levels, and also your patience. It's just similar to that question where they asked about a reluctant or a resistant client. Like for this, it's similar because they're trying to check what would you do when a client is behaving in a way that you would not deem appropriate. Would you pour out your own challenges, your own frustrations on the client, or would you act like a professional? When dealing with challenging behavior, I focus on staying calm and understanding the underlying cause. Often, challenging behavior stems from frustration, fear, or unmet needs. For example, if a client becomes agitated during a routine task, I would pause and ask them what's bothering them. I might use techniques like speaking softly, giving them space, or distracting them with something they enjoy. The key is to remain empathetic, avoid confrontation, and find a solution that works for the client. If the behavior persists, I would seek advice from my supervisor or care team to ensure we are addressing the root cause effectively. Now, the final question: how do you manage your own stress whilst on the job? What you should not say is, oh, I have no stress. There will be no stress, because that's a lie. Once you say that, they know that you don't even know what you're doing, because the job is going to be stressful. There's going to be an aspect of stress on the job, and they want to know your understanding of work-life balance. Would you manage your stress, or would you allow yourself get burnt out? A lot of employers would want you to manage your stress well so that you will not keep calling in sick, because if you're not in a good space yourself, there is no way you're going to be able to actually be a good worker moving forward. So let me show you my sample answer to that question. To manage stress, I prioritize staying organized by planning my tasks ahead of time. I also practice mindfulness techniques like deep breathing or short meditation breaks to stay focused during busy days. After work, I ensure I have time for activities that help me recharge, such as exercising, spending time with family, or pursuing hobbies. Additionally, I value open communication with colleagues and supervisors, as sharing experiences and seeking advice can be incredibly helpful in managing work-related stress. Alright, my love, so that is about the 10 questions. As I said earlier, I'm going to be linking up the video on the core values of the NHS for those of you that want to work with NHS. If you have any question, of course, put it in the comment section. And also, I love to read your success stories, how you got the job. See, that thing gives me so much joy, just saying, hi Ada, I got a job, and I'm always so excited to hear that. Alright, my love, I'm going to be seeing you in my next one. Until then, stay blessed, remain happy, and